What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Feed the Beast Infinity Evolved Expert Mode. Oh yeah, guys. So I was just checking out our farm over here that we set up to make the refined iron, and it looks like everything has stopped. Yeah, we have a full barrel full of the pulverized charcoal, full barrel of charcoal. These have turned off. Trees are just growing because there's nothing to chop them down. People have mentioned in the comments that I should put a void barrel upgrade on our vine barrel, so I did that. I had to put the Mark 1 and then the Mark 2 structural upgrade on this thing, and then I could put the void upgrade on there, so it'll just keep accepting vines, but it'll only store 64. The rest of them just get deleted, so it won't stop our tree farm. So yeah, we got a full barrel of wood, and then saplings. We still don't have any here, but the planter contains a whole lot. Yeah, we got plenty of saplings over here. So this thing is working pretty well. I'm very happy with it. Now, people had also mentioned that the way this was set up previously, where we had the iron and the pulverized charcoal both going into the top, that would clog up, and that's actually the case what happened. I ended up having pulverized charcoal in both slots here. So I did set this up. So we have a green input, which is where the iron is going to come in. From the top, and then we have a purple input from the back, which is where the pulverized charcoal is going. So I set up another pipe back here, just put in the pulverized charcoal into the back. But other than that, this is working really, really well, and I'm very happy with this setup. Just add iron and you get yourself some steel. Yeah, pretty cool. I like it. Okay, so today I want to work on upgrading my jetpack. That's the first thing I want to do. We are using a hardened jetpack. I think the next one, actually, I can't remember. Simply jetpacks. The next one is this one right here, reinforced. So in order to make a reinforced jetpack, we need a hardened jetpack, and then we need a redstone flux capacitor, some electrum, these reinforced thrusters, which use reactant dynamos. So the reactant dynamos uses this uranium-238, which we had to use previously, I believe, on the hardened jetpack. I think it's the same exact dynamo in the center. We have to make redstone energy flux ducts. We need some destabilized redstone buckets, so let's grab some redstone. We'll get that smelting up. A bucket of destabilized redstone is 10, and I think there was a little bit more. Well, we'll just do it later. Oops. Uh-oh. Ah! Get out of my inventory. Is that going to kill me? That might kill me. Dang it! Am I going to die? I'm dead. Yep. So that happened. Got a gravestone over here. That's fine. So, yeah, when you touch the radioactive material, it's a really good idea to have a radioactive protection suit on. So, yeah, I made this armor stand. This is from Bibliocraft, I believe. Yeah, Bibliocraft. Very simple to do. You can right click, or you can shift right click on a piece with an empty hand to swap it out. Or you can apply a redstone signal and shift right click and swap the whole armor set out. So now that we're wearing our protective stuff, we can go ahead and pick up like the uranium and this tiny pile of the 235. Yeah, and not worry about dying. Yeah, I didn't die before when I did this. It was doing the tick damage, but I wasn't taking any damage because the server was on easy mode. And yeah, I have since change that. So anyway, what were we doing? We were going to smelt up a little bit of redstone over here. So let's get this melting down. We need to make 2 redstone buckets. So put that right here. That'll melt down. Let me grab 2 of our empty buckets. We can stick that in there. Okay. No, over here. I changed this chest out. This chest right here is storing like vanilla stuff. Yeah, that's what I have in that chest right now. I feel like I can't... Oh, you know what? Okay. I just upgraded the MODPACK to version 2.3.3, and there's something left control. This one? Yeah, it's preventing me. Maybe it's this boost key. I don't know. Escape to unbind, by the way. Can I? There we go. Now I can sprint. Okay. Now I can move around a little bit faster. Cool. So now we got this. We can put the buckets in there. They'll fill up. All right, so there we go. A little bit of destabilized redstone. Now we can sprint jump again, which is awesome. So let's see. Yeah, we got lasers going to be made up pretty soon. We got the stuff right here for reactant dynamos. Let's go ahead and make these guys. So we needed that plus a little bit of destabilized redstone. what do we have here? So we need electrum and then a redstone conductance coil, which is the electrum conductance thingy. So we'll go ahead and do this, put a little bit of redstone right here and here. There we go. There's those guys. Keep going back to this recipe. I keep forgetting what we're doing. So yeah, we need more electrum. So we need 8 electrum, and then we need these redstone energy flux ducts. So let's grab the electrum. I'm gonna have to make more of this stuff here pretty soon. We're only gonna have 1 ingot left. All right, so 2, 2, 2, and 2. Yep, and then we need those flux ducts. All right, so to make these, ooh, okay, so this is a crazy recipe. We need erothium dust, signalum nuggets, and then hardened lumium glass and flux electrum blend. Okay, so the flux electrum blend, we need electrum. Oh, okay, so we're gonna need electrum right here. So let's look for gold and silver because we need to craft up a little bit of electrum. So things that kind of bother me in these mod packs, different mods have different blocks, right? So we got silver blocks from Thermal Foundation. Now we got silver blocks from Project Red Exploration. And when you take one of these Thermal Foundation blocks and you split it apart, you get 9 of these Thermal Foundation ingots, right? And if you take those ingots and you put it into a crafting station, you get the Project Red Exploration silver. It's like, what? Why is there so many different types? I don't know. But anyway, we want to take, I don't know, let's do like 2 blocks of gold, and we'll do 2 blocks of this silver over here. We'll melt those down into the electrum, so we'll get that smelting. All right, so back to simply jetpacks. We needed the aluminum glass, I think, right? Aluminum glass. We get that by pulverized obsidian in the aluminum blend or ingot in an induction smelter. So we made up some of the aluminum stuff. Here we go. There's 2 of those. We'll just do, I guess, 2. That should be enough. So we need some obsidian. I have collected some. Here we go. I think all we need is 2 obsidian because when you pulverize that, that turns into 4 dust, if I remember correctly. So we'll go and pulverize this. We'll put this over here in our induction smelter. Like so. So there, whoops. Redstone on the ground. Got it. And this one. Okay, so there is 2 hardened aluminum glass, and we'll have 4 here in a second. Nice. Okay, so that's all done. Cool. So back over at our crafting tables, we're gonna make this stuff, and that only requires 1. Should we make up 4 recipes worth? I don't know. So we need erothium and the flux electrum blend, right? So we need the electrum. Is there? Oh no, we're gonna have to pulverize this. Okay, so that's fine. So the erothium dust. This is sand, saltpeter, redstone, and blitz powder. And you can get the blitz powder from the blitz rods. You can pulverize it for twice the amount. We can take sand and put destabilized redstone onto it. How many of these blitz rods do we have? We have 2. Let's just go ahead and pulverize 2 of these real quick. This will be probably the better way to do it than wasting redstone since we already have this. This gives us a little bit of niter too. Okay, so now we got this stuff, blitz powder. Thankfully, this doesn't catch me on fire. All right, so I guess we'll pull this one back out. So we need this plus, is it redstone? Oh my goodness. Let's do this, flux duct. So we can, okay, is it not a flux duct? Flux? Oh, you know, I won't do that because I'm doing at simply, right? So if I type in simply and then I do flux duct. There we go. All right, we got it, we got it. So up here, so niter, saltpeter, redstone, and sand. So we should have all of this stuff. There's some sand, there's some redstone, saltpeter, we have niter here. All right, so we should have everything that we need. That plus this, right? Okay, so let's just make, I guess, 7 recipes worth? Sure. All right, so we got this stuff now, and then we needed the flux electrum blend. So we have molten electrum over here. So we'll go ahead and pour out 4 of those. We'll need a little bit of redstone to infuse that with. We have some on us. How much are we going to make? I don't know. Let's do 16. Seems like a good amount. Okay, harden up, please. You and you. All right. Cool. So we will take 2 of those. We need 16, right? We'll pulverize the down, and we'll make sure this doesn't eject. All right, so there's our pulverizer. And then we need to use the fluid transposer. All right, so we will, yeah, I think, is it 2 redstone per, or is it 1? I can't remember. So if we go back in here, this is 200 millibuckets. All right, so we need 17 more redstone dust to be melted down. 17, okay, cool. The right amount just by splitting the stack. Very awesome. Magma crucible, we'll go and melt that down. This stuff we can go ahead and start putting into the fluid transposer. Cool, and there we go. There is our fluxed electrum blend. We're just going to be making up a little bit extra so we have this stuff for the future. We're probably going to be using this stuff quite a lot. There's that armor that you can make that uses this. Uses. And we might look at making that sometime. I guess it's probably this stuff. This stuff right here gets turned into something. This stuff right here. And then this can get turned into the flux infused armor, which, you know, you can recharge and is pretty good. So we might look at making this stuff sometime in the future. But for now, 7 of those. I think that might be enough for what we need to do. So let's come back over here real quick. And where is it down here? This? Okay, I forgot what we were doing. All right, so the Erothium. Oh, we also need the nuggets. Okay, I think we'll do that. So nugget, this, that, and one of those. Okay, so we got the redstone energy flux duct, and it's empty. So we have to fill that with redstone. I believe it was the full ones, right? Yeah, so we need to put 200 millibuckets, so 2 redstone dust per. So let's grab 12 redstone dust. Cool, and we will go ahead and fill these up. Man, this is quite the process to upgrade our jetpack. Oh, we have extra over here. That's why. All right, we'll go ahead and infuse the rest of this stuff. Yeah, so we... if we ever lose our jetpack, it's gonna be pretty sad because there is a lot of stuff that goes into making these things. So I really hope that we never lose our jetpack. Oh my goodness. All right, so we got 2 more of those. 1 more. Looks like we have to do this twice. All right, let me go ahead and finish up this crafting, guys, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, so we have everything set here except for our current jetpack. So let's go ahead and turn that off. Well, actually, I guess we can just right click on this thing, right? So we'll grab the jetpack here. Then we can separate this out. We get our bronze armor, and we're going to have to upgrade that armor as well. So we'll grab some Invar. And over here on this one, we'll do that plus this. Yeah, they'll smelt down. We'll get the upgraded armor. And then we should just be able to upgrade our jetpack, combine the two, and we will be all good to go, which is awesome. Cool, cool. Quite the process, but it's going to be worth it, I think. So there's a reinforced jetpack. I'm using my flux capacitor that I built for the scythe or whatever we were using previously. So here we go. Reinforced plus one of these. Awesome. Cool, cool. So we'll stick this back over here. And... oh, man, this... what about hover mode? Oh, you know what? Again... see, crafting grid, none. Done, back to game. Okay, so see, puts on hover mode. Oh, this hover mode is way better. And yeah, it also makes us go up faster, which is awesome. So we should be able, let's see, if we fly up, oh man, that is way faster. Okay, so that's awesome. Totally worth the effort to get this new jetpack. So yeah, that's going to allow us to fly around that much faster. Now, if we put on the hang glider, okay, so we can go fast and we can move really fast and go up in the air at the same time, which I don't think we can really do too well with the other jetpack. Yeah, this is good. This is real good. Okay, awesome. Let's just come down here. Hang glider for the win. Cool. All right, so the next thing that I want to work on, should probably get rid of this waypoint. Waypoints, death, remove, clues, X. Okay, so the next thing I would like to work on is I would like to upgrade our lasers. We're gonna need more lasers for making like resident machine frames. We're also going to need more power to power those lasers. So yeah, there's a few things that I want to work on. So we set up some lasers over here, or at least I set up the crafting recipe to make 24 more of these. Do we need 24 more? I don't know, but we do need more. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go through a bunch of diamonds and obsidian to upgrade this. Now I'm also thinking we're gonna move these lasers from this wall and probably stick them over on this wall, since this wall is kind of blank. The only thing we really have over here is this rock crusher, which has killed me more times than I care to admit. Yeah, and it doesn't have too many uses, just making like the crushed obsidian. I think there might be another way to make it, I don't know, but yeah, 24 lasers. We got a lot of these things. So I'm gonna go ahead and put them up on the wall. We're gonna move our crazy laser setup from here over there. And then, yeah, we're going to look at powering these and making more power, because we're going to need a lot more power to power all those lasers. So yeah, let's go ahead and make a cut here and we'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, so we got all the lasers hooked up over here on the wall. So I took all the ones that are over here, I moved them over, and then I hooked up all the new ones. And as you can see, we're not making enough power to keep all the lasers running. In fact, this one's struggling to turn on every now and then. These other ones are just sitting on yellow, which isn't very good. So we definitely need more power. So I did make up a bunch of these hardened flux ducts, just because I think it's easier than having to manually click each and every one of these and connect the wires between them all. So anyway, we got the flux ducts back there, and then we just have this one connection right here providing power, which is not doing enough. I didn't even see if we're draining our batteries. We are, so we are not making enough power to keep up with this, and it doesn't have enough power to keep these going at full blast. Currently, I'm just making up some redstone chipsets. I used a bunch of these when I was making those flux ducts. But anyway, so the reason why we have all of these set up back here, let's get into that. So I want to do a culinary generator. So these guys right here, we kind of talked about this before. So I have the spinach set up downstairs. So I wanted to make one of these. So firm tofu, some furnaces, piston, iron, gears, redstone. That's not difficult, but we're probably going to want to take these and just put them into one block. So in order to do that, we need this transfer node energy. So a transfer node energy requires a QED. So this is where the expense comes in. We're going to want this set up anyway. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and get this done. So to get a QED done, we need ender infused obsidian, which is just, you know, obsidian and ender pearl. That's no thing. We need the double layer capacitor, which is energetic alloy, which again isn't that bad. It's just glowstone, gold, and redstone in an alloy smelter. We already got this machine set up, so that's not a big deal. Oh wait, we need blazing electron tubes. So that is some blaze powder and redstone, just like we're making any other of these electron tubes. So that's not bad. And then the machine frame resonant. This is this is kind of a thing here. This requires 50,000 RF. So to make one of these, we need 50,000, or I'm sorry, did I say 50,000? 50 million RF to make one of these. So that's going to take a very, very long minute. But anyway, in order to get this, we're going to need an enderium gear. So we have to make enderium. So in order to make this stuff, we need ender, shiny, which is platinum, molten tin, and silver. So to get the shiny stuff, I think there's a way we can use ferrous. Yeah, if we take ferrous ore, I think if we smelt it with cinnabar, maybe. Could have sworn there was a recipe for this. It's not showing it here. Oh, you know what? I think I clicked the wrong thing, didn't I? Pulverizer. Okay, so if we pulverize it, we get a 10% chance. That's not very good. Induction smelting it with cinnabar gives us a 100% chance and 3 ferrous ingots. So this is what we're going to want to do. So I took some redstone and I pulverized that, and you get a 25% chance of getting some cinnabar. So we have 8 pieces of cinnabar right now. And then we should have some ferrous in here that I've been waiting on melting down. So there's 8 of that. So we should be able to put this in the induction smelter and then get a decent amount of shiny so we can make our enderium. I'm going to have to go into the mines and try and get some more redstone so we can get some more cinnabar and get some more ferrous, obviously. But yeah, this is a good way for us to get the shiny. We'll just go ahead and get, like, I don't know, 4 pieces of this and we'll start cooking up some enderium, I think. All right, one more. We'll just let the rest finish up. All right, so there's 4 of that. I think we need 4 ender pearls. Let's go back to this one, and then click back. All right, so it is 4 ender pearls, 1 shiny ingot, 2 tin, and 1 silver. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and make this up. I'm gonna make up a couple of those enderium gears, and we'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, so I went ahead and I made all of the enderium that we needed, and then I have made an enderium gear here. In fact, I made a second one so we can make another one of these later on. And we had like 8 enderium left over. I did 4 recipes worth of the enderium in the smeltery. You know, another thing I kind of forgot is you can't melt ender pearls in the smeltery. So I did what I've done before, and I melted the ender pearls in our magma crucible over here. And then I just set up a little tank. I exported to that tank, and then you can use like a fluid item transfer node, liquids or whatever, and export from like a tank, if you set it right here, into a smeltery drain. So that's how I got the ender pearls into our smeltery and how I made the enderium. I did 4 recipes worth, and we got like 8 ingots left over. I made 2 gears. So yeah, we got a decent amount of the enderium made up. So we got everything here, but the problem is I don't want to start this because that requires 50 million RF. We can only store up to 6 million RF in our little energy cell totem here. So that's not a lot of power. That's like, what, a little over 90%, something like that. But anyway, or I guess that'd be like 10% of the craft. And then we'd have to wait on our water wheels to make more power. And yeah, we'd just be out of power for everything. So I don't want to do that. So I went ahead and I made up some culinary generators here. I just did this recipe 8 times. We already had the tofu. It did require a bunch of this compressed cobblestone, but we have a lot of that anyway from all the mining that I've been doing. 32 iron went into these, the gears that we did, and then some redstone dust. So we have these to make more power. The only thing is we need the food, the fuel for this to generate power. So we're going to be making these beef wellingtons like I had mentioned previously. We'd already made up the spinach seeds for that. We have the tofu already set up to be generated. And we have wheat being made so we can make the flour for our dough. We're going to have to figure out the salt and the water and then make a mixing bowl. I don't think we have one of those just yet. Also, we need mushrooms. So I was looking, these mushrooms here, like brown mushroom spores and the red ones, require mycelium. So we can't do this. We don't have mycelium. You can create this stuff though. If we were into magic using blood magic, we could also create it using the moistener from forestry. Or if we had the sludge being boiled, we have almost a 2% chance of collecting that. But yeah, we don't have any of that stuff done just yet. So I was also looking at this recipe, and it looks like there is the Pam's Harvest Craft white mushrooms that can go into this. There it is. This requires white mushroom spores. So yeah, we do have this, and this only requires farmland or dirt, I think. Maybe just humus and farmland. Okay, it looks like just those 2. But anyway, we did collect one of those spores from a village. I did, by the way, go through all of our different seeds that we had and all these chests that were stacked up here. I put them all through our research, our seed researcher. What is this thing called? It is called a seed analyzer. I put them all through there, so we've discovered all of the different traits of them, and then I threw away all the duplicates. So we only have 1 of each. And we saw before with a clipper that we can just duplicate a seed. So we only need 1 to start breeding if we wanted to get to the 10-10-10 stage, right? So anyway, we do have a white mushroom spore. That's a 646, right? So we'll grab that. We'll grab the clipper. We just need some dirt. I haven't tried growing these yet. I don't know how easy this is going to be. Actually, we should grab all those since we're probably going to be making 10-10-10s out of these white mushrooms. So we will grab, where's my mattock? There it is. Mushroom spore. So yeah, we'll do this, do that, do that. The plant is fertile and can grow. That is awesome. So it doesn't need darkness. I do believe the red and brown mushrooms do require darkness. At least it turned out to be that way in agrarian skies. So yeah, it is growing. There it goes, 28%. So yeah, we should just be able to use the clippers. In fact, I think we can use them right now. It doesn't have to be fully grown to do this. Yeah, okay, so we can use the clippers on those, and then we can do that, do this. Cool, so now we got 2 parents that are the exact same. And where is my watering can? Right, like this. Okay, cool. So now we'll grow both of these to the mature stage, and I'll go through the process of trying to make these 10-10-10s. That one looks slightly different color, doesn't it? Is it because it's not, doesn't have a torch right next to it? Oh, that's exactly why. Huh. Weird. So yeah, let me go ahead and do a little bit of breeding here. This is going to take a minute to get all these done. Okay, those are mature. And then do that, this and this. Little water can action. Cool. Did we get a better one? Hopefully we did. I don't want it to take forever. 647. Yeah, that's slightly better. Okay, so I'm just going to go through this process like I said, and we'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, so I got the mushrooms all bred up. So they are the 10-10-10 stage, and I have filled out our crop plots once again over here. So we have the white mushrooms going, and yeah, we are collecting a decent amount of those. I put the spinach back since now we're going to be using it, and same with the wheat. I had removed these because it felt like it was kind of lagging a little bit, lagging the general area, but I guess it's fine. So we put those back. We're making everything. I do have a trash can right here, and what is this called? A dense item duct. So this is like the last place items can go. So basically they try and fill up these barrels, and if they can't fit in those barrels, they just go into this trash can. Alternatively, we could do the same thing like we did with the vines and just put the void upgrade on these, but I think this is just fine. So we'll go ahead and cover that back up just so you guys can see how this is working. That's just so the harvester doesn't stop when we fill up on wheat or spinach or cotton or whatever. I did remove the cotton, by the way. I mean, we have a full barrel of it, and if we need it again, we can always replant it. So I think we're going to be fine with that. So the next stage is we need to make ourselves a bunch of beef Wellington. So now we have the mushrooms, we have the firm tofu, we have the spinach. Yep, we just need to make ourselves all the different things. Cool, so let's make ourselves some dough. We'll have this set up eventually to be completely automatic. Or maybe we should look at an automation process now, actually. Let's see, so if we're going to do this, we need a cyclic assembler. And we can make that with the basic machine frame. That's just showing the hardened one, though. It's a reinforced one. We don't want to do that. I think we want to make it with the basic one. So we should have, actually, I think I have one of these already pre-made. So we could make one of these. We're going to need one to make salt. We're going to need one to make, let's see, what else do we need? We're going to need one to make salt. We're going to need one to make, I guess, the fresh water. If you put a bucket of water in your inventory, like in your 2x2 crafting grid or whatever, you should get 1 or 4 of these. I don't remember what the recipe is. And then flour. Okay, so we're gonna need like 3 of these set up. 1 to make flour, 1 to make the fresh water, and 1 to make salt. And then we're gonna need another one to combine all those to the dough. So that's like what, 4 of those now? And then once they're in the dough, we're gonna need a 5th one to combine all these things into this. Okay, so we need a few of those if we're gonna automate this process. You know, I think we should go ahead and just look at doing that, because this is one of those things like, we could just set up right now and get it going, but it's one of those things that I'd rather just set it up and not have to worry about it again. All right, so we do have 1 machine frame already pre-made, and then we can go ahead and craft up, what was that, 4 more of those? So we are going to need some crushed obsidian, and I can't remember the recipe for all this stuff. We're going to need some of the chip sets. So we have some of these already pre-made up. We just need 4 more of those. Then the dense refined iron plates. Yep, we got, you know, I put in a stack of the refined iron into here, and then I put in that stack over here. Yeah, we got 7 of these now. Okay, so that's cool. We only need 4 of those. All right, so we got pretty much everything already made. Then we just need the tin gears, so we can do that as well. So let's go ahead and drop these items in here. Yep, and then we need, what was that, like 16 tin? to make the 4 tin gears, so we can do that pretty easily. We got lots of tin in here somewhere. It's getting hard to find the things that we want anymore. We got so many things in there. All right. And then 16 tin. All right, cool. So we'll make up those gears and we'll get everything going. So the rest of the recipe for this is just chest. Oh, we need more tin for this, more copper, and then 4 reception coils, or 5 of those, I guess. All right, so let me go ahead and craft these up and we'll look at automating this. All right, guys, so I was gonna do some of this building with you and then it just got really complicated. So I'm just gonna explain what we have set up here so you guys can see what's going on. So we have our cyclic assemblers laid out, and then I have another culinary generator that I made down here, which is currently providing power to them. I just put in some of my hamburgers just to get some power going. It's not producing a lot of power and it doesn't last very long, but you know, these don't really take a whole lot of power. It's like 1 RF per craft. Okay, so anyway, we have fresh water being made from the cyclic assembler. So in the schematic, you just put in, you know, your bucket of water here or whatever, and then click the little check mark, and then it does list all water right here times 1. So that is pretty easy. Okay, so we're making fresh water. The fresh water is being ejected up here. From the back, we have the fresh water being pulled out, and it's going into the second cyclic assembler here, and that is mixing with a pot to make salt. So the salt is being ejected up here. And then over on this one, we have wheat being inserted into the back of this one, and that is mixing with the mortar and pestle, and that is making flour. So the flour is being ejected up here, and then all 3 of these items are being extracted and put into this one. So this cyclic assembler needs water, salt, and flour in order to make dough. Okay, so the dough that this is making is being ejected over into this one, and we have pipes pulling all of our stuff from over there all the way over here and into the back. I'm using rationing pipes, so it only sticks in 1 stack of each, and then we're getting multiple stacks of that dough because this is ejecting directly into it, which is fine. We want a buildup of this stuff since this takes a minute to craft. Okay, so we have tofu, spinach, mushroom, and dough, and all of that together should make our beef Wellington. Yeah, but unfortunately, when you put in the different recipe right here and you click this, it says list all veggie times 2, dough times 1, list all raw meat times 1. So that should make our beef Wellington, but that list all veggie times 2, it doesn't know spinach and white mushroom, and that is messing up the recipe. So this can't auto craft it, unfortunately. So we have everything set up to make dough automatically, but yeah, that's about as far as we can actually get with this cyclic assembler. I don't know if there's a way that we can get this to make it automatically using a different method, but yeah, I mean, we have the dough being made automatically, so that's cool. I mean, that's, you know, a big portion of the process here. So maybe I'd just stick like a crafting table down here and just manually craft up a whole bunch of this stuff. But yeah, we're gonna take the beef Wellington and we're gonna throw those in our culinary generators up here. Once I craft up a bunch of those manually, we're going to put all that stuff up into these culinary generators, and those are going to provide power to our lasers. We're also going to be getting power from over here, and then hopefully we will be generating enough power that we can make our machine frame resonant. So yeah, let me go ahead and manually craft up some of that beef Wellington, throw it in these culinary generators, and we'll be right back, guys. All right, well, manually crafting this up isn't too bad. It is kind of annoying. I wish we could have done it automatically, but it's fine. We have 17 stacks of the beef Wellington now, which is pretty cool. Let me grab a stack of that. And I've already thrown some up into our culinary generators up above. So we have our culinary generators going. They are powering our lasers. I disconnected the other wire we had over here. It does not look like 8 of these are enough to fully power all of these lasers. We might have to make a few more of these off camera. I'll look at doing that. So these have been going for a little while. They're not using food too much. They're making 60.5 RF a tick, which is pretty good, I would say. Considering that each one of these pieces of food lasts like, I don't know, 2-3 minutes, whatever it is. So yeah, that's going to be a pretty good power source, I would think. Yeah, just got to get it figured out how we're going to make that automatic. And then this is doing our machine frame resin in here. So it's already about a third done, maybe a little over a third. So it's not going to take that long. This has been going for maybe 20 minutes. So it's going to take about an hour for this to completely go. But yeah, guys, I think we're going to go and wrap the episode up here for today. Oh my goodness. I've spent so long here getting all this stuff done. Had some fails, but you know, we're working around it. It's all good. It's all good. We'll have our resonant machine frame. In fact, I'll try and make more than one of these. And just kind of, you know, AFK and let this stuff happen over time. But yeah, that's going to do it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on the episode if you liked it. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.